Hello and welcome to the Sean Kelly on Movies podcast. And this podcast is in advance of the Academy Awards, which are happening on Sunday, March 27th, 2022. And to help preview the Oscars, I have with me Alker Alec Barova from Let the Movie Move Us at moviemovesme.com. Hello, Alker.
Hello, Sean. Thank you for having me here.
Mhm. Okay, so I actually thought we'll actually start by talking about the categories that will not be presented during the telecast because the Oscars are more concerned about ratings this year. So they decided that 8 categories will not be presented on the telecast. So that includes all 3 short film categories. So did you see any of the short films?
Well, to be honest, I think the short films are the one that I have missed to watch, unfortunately. But I think, which I normally do every year, but it's such a shame not to have this category or any other category that they have decided because of the ratings to reduce and not to broadcast them live. And I think especially the writers, directors of the short films, they spend and put sometimes more effort. They have the limited budget, they have a limited cast and crew, they have so many aspects and the obstacles that they are meeting along the way. And not letting them to acknowledge the win or the nomination live broadcasted on during Oscars to me is just it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate. But when I'm going back to just to understand why would this happen, I guess it's just again the main issue is the Academy's ratings. But what do we do to bring the awareness or to encourage the audience to be even concerned about shorts or to watch them? It's something obviously needs to be done because I'm not trying to defend the academy in here, but there's a kind of decision that they had to also they might have some kind of intel or the logistics or the numbers, the formula they have followed, like to come up with this. But again, at the end of the day, it's a collective effort that needs to be put towards making sure that the academy won't ignore those categories ever again.
Well, out now is the Disney and Pixar animated film Turning Red, and a few years ago, Domi Shi, that film's director, won the Academy Award for Best Animated Short Film for her short Bao. So this year, the nominees for animated short film are Affairs of the Art, Bestia, Box Ballot, Robin Robin, and The Windshield Wiper. So I've actually seen all 5 of these. It is actually interesting that the animated nominees this year are a bit more adult oriented than they usually are. So and probably the one that I would pick in this category is the Windshield Wiper, which is of like a very interestingly animated film about love and relationships.
Yeah, I actually also have noticed that the content even just to go back to I know I might be changing the subject in here, but even the Flea, right? We normally got used to the animated films like in animated category it should be something like the kids oriented, not the adult oriented, and the Flea is obviously not the kids oriented. You can't let the child to watch it, but in the meantime it's so well done. So yeah, to your point about the short category for animated, it looks like the kids are no longer the target for animated films. I mean, not for the academy at least, but more like an adult, I guess. It's again, it's the subject matter that they touch upon, and its importance. And again, just going back to the categories that even that the category that they have not presenting and they won't be presenting live. I hope there will be a surprise and they will still do it. But I have noticed as well in terms of the subject matters and the concept they're touching now is more broad. It's more broad, and I like it. And it's my miss that I have not seen all the categories, and unfortunately, sometimes you just don't have time to watch all of them. But I thought to watch some of them at least before the academy starts, so then I will have some ideas, especially now that they are disregarding them. So I think we do need to pay more attention to this, so then they will realize that there's an interest over these categories, and they should never ignore it again. I'm sorry if I keep repeating myself,
Oh
Sean.
no, it's okay. Next we have live action short film, which the nominees are "Alla Catch You Take and Run," "The Dress," "The Long Goodbye," "On My Mind," and "Please Hold." So of these, I would probably pick "The Long Goodbye," if only because it is co-written by and stars Riz Ahmed.
Yes, I know that Riz Ahmed is in the Long Goodbye. I think that's the one that is being favored to win. But I hope the Riz Ahmed is an actor that it's kind of he can tell the short narrative stories, whether it's a long. But I think that's what at least I am reading that the Long Goodbye is the one that might win. But like I said, we will see. But it just again that's not being broadcasted live is again it's something that I hope the big actors when they appear on the red carpet and then talk about this is they will point us out.
Okay, and then there's documentary shorts, and the nominees are Audible, Lead Me Home, The Queen of Basketball, Three Songs for Benazir, and When We Were Bullies. Now, this one I really do not know which way it'll go because I've only seen one of them, which would be Audible, which I saw at part of Hot Docs last year. It's about deaf football players, and I think that actually has a good chance of winning.
I think I have seen it as well, and I think why it may win is just same goes to the coda. I don't want to say that it's because of it's represented the deaf community, no, but I think I haven't seen the other nomination, and I guess I think it's just a lesson learned from me for the next podcast to be better prepared perhaps. But for the audible I think it has a better chances to win because of its concept and its we keep getting this the, the football players, right? We hear that those big names. I mean, don't even ask me to mention one, but what do we know about the people that cannot hear and then they find themselves on the big field and when they how they navigate this, like what I mean? I think the audible not just because it is Netflix, because Netflix has another documentary in there, I believe, two or three they have in there. But the Audible is the one that actually bring awareness for the deaf community, to the players with the disability, with the hearing disabilities, and what they do to kind of to fully function and do what other players do. Those are do not consider themselves as with a disability.
Okay, so the rest of the off-air categories are some of the technical categories. So we have Best Sound. The nominees are Belfast, Dune, No Time to Die, The Power of the Dog, and West Side Story. And I'm guessing that Dune would get that one.
I saw the most of them in the theater, and I think that the Dune, I think that's the one that might get it. I am pretty sure because uh, you see, with when you're talking about, for instance, the West Side Story or The Power of the Dog or even No Time to Die, you don't feel like there's something something more outstanding than what does Dune. The Dune sound is like as a different storyline that exists in own world, and what it does, it actually allows the actors, the image, and everything to play together. So, in my opinion, the sound that I saw Dune like 2 times in the theater. Once I saw it during TIFF and on IMAX on a big screen, and then by the lakeshore. And the second time I saw it, and it's just, I'm pretty sure it's gonna win. Yeah, No Time to Die, yes, but it's a James Bond movie. I mean, what else they haven't come up with in terms of the sound, right? Or Belfast. Belfast might kind of surprise, but the West Side Story is a good in terms of the sounds. But again, I do agree with you. It's gonna be Warner Brothers Dune.
Yeah, so next we have production design. The nominees are Dune, Nightmare Alley, The Power of the Dog, The Tragedy of Macbeth, and West Side Story. So for this one, I think it could be a flip between Nightmare Alley and The Tragedy of Macbeth.
Uh, to be honest, I agree with you with the tragedy of Macbeth that the production design is quite awesome. It is. And the Nightmare Alley is. I liked everything about that film. To be honest, I don't know why it did not even get actors nominated for the film, but I don't know why. I feel like the Dune was is something that they have tried. They tried new. You know what I mean? I am more siding towards Dune, to be honest. But I agree with you that the tragedy of Macbeth can surprise, same as a Nightmare Alley. But maybe Dune is the one that I'm leaning towards too. That's my prediction, to be honest. But again, any of them, even the West Side Story, can surprise, but not so much. I think it's just there to conclude the list of 5 nominees.
So next is a category that was a whole lot more interesting 40 years ago, but it's makeup and hairstyling, and this year's nominees are Coming to America, Cruella, Dune, The Eyes of Tammy Faye, and House of Gucci. And I will say The Eyes of Tammy Faye will probably get that one, even though it would be pretty funny if they award Jared Leto's Super Mario makeup.
Oh no, 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 no! I don't even know what does the House of Gucci is doing there. I mean, really, I think this entire thing about the House of Gucci, like, but it's a Lady Gaga things and like a snapping the Oscar, or I mean, I think they're just trying to give the House of Gucci nomination. It's just like probably to drag more people in terms of the rating. But the Eyes of Tammy Faye, like I saw this movie just again recently. It was as part of the Oscars contenders, like was a variety. And to be honest, the makeup in there is just speaking for itself. Cruella, that will be my second pick. Coming to America, forget it. Never. Never. I don't even know why it got. I would even
Because Eddie
went that
Murphy
far.
plays multiple characters.
Yes, but it's not the first time he's doing it.
Yeah.
It's not the first time. But what I'm trying to say is that the Eyes of Tammy Faye, what did they do is it really transported Jessica Chastain into the character, because what I had to do is during the TIFF, that was the second movie that I saw, The Eyes of Tammy Faye. The first one was a Drive My Car, and we will talk about it obviously. I hope, but there's something about the makeup of the Eyes of Tammy Faye that it really fascinated me. Like it was so on spot when I was reviewing and watching the video of the real videos of the Tammy Faye. Like the performance is the whole different story, but I think they got it right. They got it right. So they, yeah.
Okay. Okay, so then we have original score, which the nominees are Don't Look Up, Dune, Encanto, Parallel Mothers and the Power of the Dog. And I'm not so sure about this one.
Uh, to be honest, I'm gonna go towards the Parallel Mothers or Encanto. Maybe my third choice will be Don't Look Up. But the Dune, but whenever I'm hearing Hans Zimmer, it sounds like a Oscar, 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 because most of his scores that are really good. So yeah, I would prefer to have someone like Alberto Iglesias to get an Oscar for a Parallel Mothers, but something tells me that I mean it might be Dune, but can the Nicholas Brittle from Don't Look Up to surprise? Yeah, why not? So it's gonna be like 50-50. It's not a 100% choice in here to me.
And then the most confounding category that'll be off the broadcast is film editing, which the nominees are Don't Look Up, Dune, King Richard, The Power of the Dog, and Tick Tick Boom.
But seriously, we all know the movie is made in editing room,
Mhm.
in an editing room. How can you even ignore this? Those people spend hours and hours and hours in their lab to go through scene by scene, put the sound, put everything all together to make the piece, to make the film. It's like they can change, the editing can change the narrative of the film.
Yeah.
And
No,
not having that included is, I don't know. But
I'm gonna
as
actually sorry. I'm gonna go off the beaten path a bit and say that Tick Tick Boom has a good chance of winning this because of the cross cutting between the narrative and the live performance aspect.
yeah, I am also leaning towards the Tick Tick Boom. To be honest, the editing was really on spot in there. Um, don't look up, not quite, because again, what you're right in terms of picking up the Tick Tick Boom because it goes back and forth and it recreates that atmosphere that you need to be into it. Maybe King Richard may have some chances because I'm not fond of the King Richard movie. I think it's good. I wouldn't say it's great, but editing in that film was, to be honest, it's my second favorite so far.
So we'll move into the categories that are actually going to be on the broadcast. So we have visual effects. Nominees are Dune, Free Guy, No Time to Die, Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings, and Spider-Man No Way Home. And I say Dune gets this.
Yeah, I don't think we should discuss any other titles in here. It's a Dune. It's 100%. Let's just move. Let's just move on.
All right, so I guess next we'll do original song, which is "Be Alive" from King Richard, "Dos Surgitas" from Encanto, "Down to Joy" from Belfast, "No Time to Die" from No Time to Die, and "Somehow You Do" from Four Good Days. Okay, so I have to actually talk a bit about this. So if it was actually nominated, I would say We Don't Talk About Bruno wins this. But
Yeah,
because
100%.
it was because uh, Leo Manuel Mirella decided not to submit that song because he had no idea how popular it was going to be. So he submitted Dos Urguitas, which is a Spanish language ballad, and it's not as catchy as We Don't Talk About Bruno, which they actually just announced is going to be performed at the Oscars. And so I say No Time to Die wins this. Billie Eilish,
Um,
winner.
yeah, I think, you know what? I do feel like I'm not a Billie Eilish fan, but there was something about the No Time to Die song that it really made sense, for the film and the sound and everything. Like, to be honest, I kind of agree with you that No Time to Die might win. Might win. It might be Encanto again. They may just do it just to kind of acknowledge the second song, but no time to die for me. But the academy may decide Encanto though. Just I mean, it's between what you think and what I think, and what will the academy want. That's a different. But I mean,
They want Lin Manuel Miranda to get the EGOT, which
yeah,
is
but
Emmy, Grammy, Tony, and Oscar.
yeah, but like how many times the James Bond songs won? Like quite a few
Two in a
times.
row so far.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Are we gonna get the third one in a row? That's if I'm not mistaken, it's like the record breaking, right? In here. But yeah, I'm regardless, I'm going for the No Time to Die. I won't feel bad if it's Encanto, but it's No Time to Die. Choice
It is
number
kind of
one.
funny because No Time to Die is actually a 2020 song, but because Bond was delayed for over a year, it's only qualifying this year.
No, well, yeah, I don't think the years should really matter in here because again, the academy they go based on the release, right? But
Yeah.
it's already been played widely everywhere across the globe. But
Mhm.
I'm it's an amazing song. Like I said, I am not a Billie Eilish
I
fan.
think it might have won a Grammy already.
It did, but again, I think it's no time to die. But what I think and what does the academy thinks, we will be proven either right or wrong this Sunday.
Okay, so next we'll do costume design, and we have Cruella, Cyrano, Dune, Nightmare Alley, and West Side Story. And I say West Side Story gets this.
No, 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 no. My opinion, it's Cruella. Cruella, the costume that I've seen this year or in any other year is the best so far.
Mhm.
I am going for Cruella. Watercolors, like, I mean, you may like or dislike the film, but I know people that don't like Disney's films. And I mean, I know people that don't even like watching the films. But they saw Cruella and they loved the Cruella, not because of the actual film, but because of the costumes, even though I enjoyed watching Cruella. But the costumes were just just the best I've seen. It's like so much passion into it, like a dedication. Every every costume could tell its own story, and it was shaping an image of Cruella, really, and not just Cruella. Everybody, every single character involved. I think it's the Cruella. That's my personal opinion.
Now, the next category I think is pretty much a shoe in. Documentary feature. Nominees are Ascension, Attica, Flea, Summer of Soul, Writing with Fire. Flea is winning this.
Um, yeah, it can be. Actually, the Flea is. I've seen the Flea like three times, and I
Mhm.
saw it once at the Sundance Film Festival. If I am watching something more than once, it normally wins. So
Mhm.
I think I agree with you with the Flea that it may win. It brought something new. Do you know what I mean? It brought something new to the documentary genre, and I think it will be reused and taken into consideration even for the new filmmakers. It's I think it is. I think that's the Flea. I would go with the second one. It will be the Riding with the Fire, but it's a long shot to be honest. I would prefer Riding with Fire to win as well, but the Flea, yeah, the Flea is the one.
Now, Flea is interesting because it is nominated for three categories, and the second of which is animated feature film, which the nominees are Encanto, Flea, Luca, The Mitchells versus the Machines, and Ryan the Last Dragon. And even though I think Flea has a good chance, Encanto is winning this.
Oh no, Encanto is for sure. The Flea, yeah, maybe, but it's a wrong category. If there's what I always think, if Disney has the best concept and best subject, the most popular, like it was a Turning Red, right? I don't know what will be coming next. To me, the Turning Red for now is the winner in the next year,
Mhm.
right? But to be honest, if that's my humble opinion, that Raya and the Last Dragon should be the one to win, not
Mhm.
Encanto. But Encanto, I guess it's a popular, it's a good, it's been loved by everyone. But the Raya and the Last Dragon was also loved
Mhm.
equally, I would say. So it's a very, very tough category. Like, yeah,
And they're
we
both
both agree.
and they're both Disney animated films that celebrate diversity.
Yeah, they both celebrated diversity, and they even, but the Netflix, the Mitchells versus the Machines, that one was good too. That
Yeah,
talked
that's a
about the,
well.
that's pretty.
Sony Animation is getting a lot better in recent years.
No, that's true. So yeah, I mean, I agree with you. Encanto is winning, but I think what the Academy needs to start doing is that not to try to give an Oscar to the popular animated movie, but the one that actually is resonates is the one that speaks much louder. To me, is the Raya and the Last Dragon, but Encanto is good too. So I'm not gonna be upset with any of them because I'm a Disney fan. So it just happened to be.
Then the third category that Flea is in is international feature film. The nominees are Drive My Car, Flea, The Hand of God, Lunana, The Yak in the Classroom, and The Worst Person in the World. And I'm going to say Drive My Car wins this.
Well, like I said, the Drive My Car is the first film that I've seen during pandemic on the big screen. Unbelievably good movie. So good, so powerful. Oh my God. Every aspect of the film is just much better than any other film that you will see in this category. But when I saw The Worst Person in the World, wow, that movie kept me on the edge of my seat the same way Drive My Car did. So I would say the Flea has no chances in winning in here. Maybe in the documentary category, yes. Drive My Car, it's a 100% is winning. But let's hope that I will be surprised and the worst person in the world might win too. Because that is equally, it's no less, Sean. The
Yeah,
worst person in the world is really amazing. Just
I like that film, and it's between that, Drive My Car, and Flea. Those are the only three in the category. That
yeah, exactly, exactly. So I think that Drive My Car will win, and it should, but I prefer ties. So that means the worst person in the world and the Drive My Car. They need to be the best because those two movies are the best international film that I've seen so
okay,
far.
now we're moving into the major categories.
All right.
Okay, so best adapted screenplay. We have Coda, Drive My Car, Dune, The Lost Daughter, and The Power of the Dog. Um, this is a
Coda.
difficult. Coda.
Yeah, Coda. Do you know how many times I've seen Coda just only during the Sundance Film
Hmm.
Festival?
Hmm.
5 times.
Yeah.
And that's the only film that I've seen 5 times. It seems it seems goofy, right? It seems like there's nothing special in there, but no. Coda is the movie, is the adapted screenplay that, in my opinion, that might not going to surprise. It's just gonna win. There's no surprises there. To me, it's a Coda.
Okay, so then we have original screenplay, and the nominees are Belfast, Don't Look Up, King Richard, Licorice Pizza, and The Worst Person in the World. I'm going to say The Worst Person in the World wins this.
Uh, I wish, I wish that the worst person in the world might win. I agree with you, but the Belfast was good too because it's also like a more like Kenneth Branagh's like a personal story, and it was well written, and
Belfast
it
is
was
Belfast.
the
Belfast is actually kind of interesting. Is like when it played at TIFF and won the People's Choice Award, everyone thought that it was a shoe-in for Best Picture, but now it's a distant third at the least.
I think so. I think so. I think it was the. It still might surprise us, to be honest. But for the adapted screenplay, obviously, it is between the worst person in the world. But I think the worst person in the world screenplay was much more complex, more difficult to adapt. Original screenplay, I mean, than Belfast, to be honest, because it jumps within a year, over the time, right? It evolves and it gives so much room for the character to evolve, to grow, and become as someone she might didn't even know that she can become. Like, you know what I mean? It is the search of herself for herself throughout the time, and there's something about the worst person in the world that's screaming that I need to win, I need to win. But the Belfast says no, that's going to be me. Well, we will see which one of them will win the fight. We will see.
Okay, so actress in a supporting role, we have Jessie Buckley in The Lost Daughter, Ariana DeBose in West Side Story, Judy Dench in Belfast, Kirsten Dunst in The Power of the Dog, and a January Ellis, I can't pronounce that, in King Richard. And I'm going to say that Ariana DeBose wins this and becomes one of the few people to win an Oscar that was already won by Rita Morella for the same role.
I think so. Because the Rita Moreno's character, or even Ariana DeBose's character, that they both portray the same person, is so interesting that it looks like if the actor who portrays the character grasp it fully, then they can deliver it. You know what I mean? And Ariane DeBose perhaps had a good lesson, or obviously Rita Moreno as the school, the universe, like the way she acts and everything. So I think there was some kind of inspiration coming from Rita Moreno, or even from the original West Side Story. So yeah, I think Ariana DeBose was able to capture it. So I agree with you. The Kirsten Dunst might surprise in here, but I think not so much though. Ariana DeBose has it. It's all just subtle. I mean, subtle in a sense that she'll just get it. She deserves it.
Okay, so we have actor in a supporting role. We have Kieran Hines in Belfast, Troy Kotzer in Coda, Jesse Plemons in The Power of the Dog, J.K. Simmons in Being the Ricardo, and Cody Smith McPhee in The Power of the Dog. And I'm going to say Troy Kotzer wins.
I'm right here with you. Troy Kotzer. I mean, like I said, I saw Coda like 5 times during Sundance, and that's insane. Like so much emotions in there. I mean, for sure, 100%. Let's not even discuss any other nominees in here. They're all great. Don't get me wrong. They are amazing, amazing. Whether it's Cody Smith McPhee, J.K. Simmons, Jesse Plemons, or Claren Haynes, but the Troy Kotzer, he made it. He made
Actually,
the movie.
I don't know why J.K. Simmons is nominated. He wasn't that memorable in being in the Ricardos.
No, he was. It's not about. Remember, the Oscars movies sometimes not so memorable as well.
Mhm.
But what you do with the character, how do you deliver it? What do you do to interpret what you have read or what you have understood? So I think J.K. Simmons' character, especially in a few scenes in there, like I saw the Being the Ricardos like 3 times. I think I do agree with his nomination. I don't think he ended up in there by accident. It wasn't an accident. I just want to be fair. I just want to be fair that was every single person that nominated in this movie, they did not appear there or did not show up there just like because, they had nobody else to nominate. They did the job, right?
Okay. So we have actress in the leading role, Jessica Chastain in The Eyes of Tammy Faye, Olivia Colman in The Lost Daughter, Penelope Cruz in Parallel Mothers, Nicole Kidman in Being the Ricardos, and Kristen Stewart in Spencer. And I am pretty sure that Kristen Stewart will be winning the Oscar.
Well, I, you know what? I really want her to win. I do. And To be honest, this is the only category that I am not going to be upset if any of them wins. Kristen Stewart, yes, but there's something about Penelope Cruz's performance. I mean, to be honest, Olivia Colman, she was great, but Jessica Chastain and Kristen Stewart, between the two, Nicole Kidman was great as well. She can also like can get it, but I don't know. Kristen Stewart, I want her to win because when I saw Kristen Stewart Spencer performance, I had the same vibe I got from Penelope Cruz Parallel Mothers. I saw the Parallel Mothers like 3 times, and there's one particular scene when she does this the DNA test and when she gets the results, or when in the cafe when she meets the girl and they talk, and when she becomes, I don't want to spoil the movie, but when she realizes that there might be something wrong with the child that she has, that's the performance of like it's more like a body language. Do you know what I mean? She didn't have to say anything. Her body spoke for herself. And I want Penelope Cruz to surprise everybody and get her second Oscar. You know, I'm a big fan of Nicole Kidman, but I also have to be fair that I'm not the fan that I'm going to say, okay, disregard everybody else. She needs to win it. Nicole Kidman was great. It was great. But I just want to say about the subtle, about the nuances of the story. I think to me, it's between Jessica Chastain and Penelope Cruz and Kristen Stewart. Between like the 50% is Kristen Stewart, 25 is Penelope Cruz and Jessica Chastain. But again, Jessica Chastain would just say, you know what, guys, forget it. I'm getting it. So I saw the Eyes of Tammy Faye just like a few days ago. She was good. I don't know. I'm leaning towards Jessica Chastain, but I want Kristen Stewart to win. But it's one of the toughest category in here, to be honest. Everybody deserves.
Okay, so we have actor in a leading role, and we have the nominees are Javier Bardem in Being the Ricardos, Benedict Cumberbatch in The Power of the Dog, Andrew Garfield in Tick Tick Boom, Will Smith in King Richard, and Denzel Washington in The Tragedy of Macbeth. And this is actually a very tough one. I am going to go out of a limb and say Benedict Cumberbatch wins.
Actually, I would like that because Benedict Cumberbatch he delivered two layered performance. I'm not going to say multi-layered because it actually was, but he portrayed the character of what we see and what he sees himself from inside. The two, like same way Nicole Kidman did with Lucille Ball. Two different versions of the character you are seeing in one person. So to me, Benedict Cumberbatch. I am not even considering Will Smith, even though it looks like they might give it to him. But if just to be fair, to me it's a Benedict Cumberbatch. So I agree with you. I do agree with you. Even with a Javier Bardem being the Ricardos, what he did is like he captured the power of the Cuban man, was able to dictate the rules back then in a golden age of the television in Hollywood. Like really, what did Javier Bardem did? He showed that he was the boss. You know, he was. Denzel Washington, there's nothing, no surprises in there. I mean, he's always good. I mean, how can you? I mean, I would prefer to have Denzel Washington than Will Smith, right? But Benedict Cumberbatch, I'm gonna all for it.
Okay, so now we have directing. So the nominees are Kenneth Branagh for Belfast, Drive My Car, forgot the director's name, like Rinko, I can't pronounce. Licorice Pizza, Paul Thomas Anderson, Power of the Dog, Jane Campion, West Side Story, Steven Spielberg, and I think Jane Campion is going to win.
Yeah. As for the Drive My Car's director, it's Ryusuke Hamaguchi, if I'm able to pronounce it properly. Ryusuke Hamaguchi. But I think it's a Jane Campion. for sure, it's a Jane Campion. But I would say that Drive My Car can surprise too, because that's the second complex film to produce. Sorry, not produce, that direct. So, but the Jane Campion, I think she has it. So I don't believe we even have to go further. It's just Jane Campion.
Okay, so finally we have Best Picture. The nominees are Belfast, Coda, Don't Look Up, Drive My Car, Dune, King Richard, Licorice Pizza, Nightmare Alley, The Power of the Dog, and West Side Story. And I think we're going to disagree on this. I want to say The Power of the Dog wins Best Picture.
Again, the most seen movie this year for me was Coda, and I believe even I did put on Facebook when I saw Coda that it has to win. There's no way there's any other movie better than Coda, to be honest. Yeah, Don't Look Up is great. Belfast is amazing. Like Dune, wow. Like Nightmare Alley, just so fascinating. I was mesmerized by the whole movie. Like The Power of the Dog, yeah, probably. I don't know why I am leaning towards Coda. I just want Coda to win, not because of the deaf community. No, no, no. It just if you pick any other movies in this category, which one you will personally watch many times and never get tired of it?
Hmm. Many times, probably Dune.
Yeah, fair enough. Dune is good. To me, is for instance, it's Coda. I just can't go and turn it on and watch it again. I will feel like it's my first time. There's something about Coda is so refreshing. Nothing is so refreshing in the West Side Story or in Belfast or in Don't Look Up. Well, actually, Don't Look Up, it was so funny. I mean, I need to we have this one discussed in a different time, but another time. But there's lots of disagreement in this category, isn't it?
Yeah.
But I'm going for Coda. I just want Coda. That's it. Let it be the least popular opinion.
Yeah.
Coda.
Yeah. So you don't think there's going to be a Parasite repeat and Drive My Car wins Best Picture?
Might be. Might be. I mean, it could be. Drive My Car, like I said, it is my second favorite movie of the year. My second favorite movie of the year. So, yes, maybe between Coda and Drive My Car. I don't want to change my mind. But I think first one will come as a Coda. Second one might be Drive My Car. Yes, the popular opinion is perhaps The Power of the Dog, but I'm gonna go for Coda. If not, it's a Drive My Car. Not because of the Parasite, but I think Drive My Car it's even better than Parasite in my opinion. It is that good. So we'll see what will the Academy decide, and it will be more fun to watch this weekend.
Yeah.
And I'm really
Well,
looking forward to it.
well, the Academy Awards are happening on Sunday, March 27th at 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific. I'm actually going to be watching it at the Bell Lightbox at a special members watch along, so that'll be fun. And Alker, Alec Barova, is found at Let the Movie Move Us at moviemovesme.com and social media. And
Yeah. The social media is the moviemotion.com on Facebook or just moviemotion.com on Twitter.
that's it for the show.
Yeah, thank you so much, Sean. It was really nice having this discussion, and I'm glad we had this. I think it was very productive, and good luck to all the nominees. Each and every one of them did not end up in there by accident. Like I said, they all deserve to be nominated and to get their recognition
And
for their hard work.
The Sean Kelly on Movies podcast is a production of skmmovies.com. Episodes and show notes can be found on skmmoviespodcast.ca or skmmovies.substack.com, and you can subscribe to us via Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, and where else podcasts are hosted. Support us becoming a paid subscriber at skmmovies.substack.com.